Just like the playable monster characters available in this video game, the game just keeps getting bigger and bigger and better and better. Hey, hi, how you doing? This is the Gamertron and welcome back to the Gamertron Show. It's time to make an outdated video that'll be outdated in a month. So, as of right now, currently, when making this video, finally, the fifth and possibly final monster has been added to Evolve, Gorgon, as well as a metric buttload of a ton of other different changes, from changes to the UI to character statistics, and much more. With much more on the way. We have hunter variations coming up, and of course, the two brand new hunters of Hunting Season 2. To finish out and round up the Tier 5 hunters and Tier 5 overall. And you can bet you're behind I'll be making a video once we have all 5 tiers set and ready. But for now, as of this moment, in the current state that Evolve is in right now, similar to my previous Evolve video talking about how the game is in the state it's in now, and how, very recently, the Evolve Ultimate Edition has been released for consoles. So, allow me to repeat myself, now is a better time than ever to pick up and play Evolve. Like so many other video games before it, Warframe, Payday, Titanfall, Team Fortress 2, and the list goes on and on and on. Evolve is one of those video games that is very different from when it first released to a year later. We're getting close to a year later. And Evolve has become a better game because of it. With the developer of the game, Turtle Rock Studios, listening to player feedback and providing new content, big and small, to help improve the game for all players, hardcore and casual. But in this video, I want to focus on just how much of a different game Evolve has become from when it first released to where it is months later. We now have, as of making this video in the current state of Evolve, 18 playable hunter characters from the first-person perspective, and 5 playable monster characters from the third-person perspective, with a grand total of 23 different playable characters, 25 when the last 2 Tier 5 hunters are released. And I'm not including the different character variations, such as so far released Meteor Goliath, and if we include Meteor Goliath, that's 24 playable characters, and 26 when the 2 new hunters are out, but then again there's 2 more hunter variations on the way, which would technically round up to 28 different playable characters. My oh my. Now I'm not going over maps and game modes again, I did that in my last Evolve video, which you can check out. However, as Evolve has grown, and we've had more and more characters added to the game, already existing characters have had changes, upgrades, and nerfs made to them, so even the characters that Evolve started with have in some ways become different characters. And with all these different playable characters available in Evolve, Evolve is one of the most replayable, tactical, and strategic shooters or asymmetrical multiplayer games available on the market. And keep in mind, also single player, complete solo play with excellent AI. Anyone who's actually played Evolve can tell you that the bots in Evolve are superb. I cannot stress this enough. Solo play is just as viable as multiplayer play. And whether you like to play alone or with people, you're always going to have something unique to look forward to every match of Evolve. Because what makes Evolve so different from other games is how the different characters synergize with each other. To give some examples, Hank and Val, support and medic characters, are a great combination to have on a hunter team. The Beam Dream Team, as those two are called when they're together, with Hank being able to shield teammates from a distance and Val being able to heal teammates from a distance, and them both being able to do it at the same time on a single character, usually on the Assault character, making whatever Assault character you have almost invincible, with Val and Hank providing support and healing for this Assault character to constantly engage the monster. And then there are some monsters that are absolute nightmares for some hunters, such as Kraken, who, with his ability to fly and hover in the sky, makes many an Assault character's heavy damage-dealing close-range weapons useless. Or Wraith, who can really screw with the Trapper characters. Or the recently added Gorgon, who is a medic's worst nightmare, with all of her abilities damaging the entire team of hunters and some of her abilities doing damage over time. Whoever is playing medic has to get their butt in gear when going up against Gorgon. And this is one of the things I love. The synergy, the tactics, the strategy of it all with all these different characters. How some work great together. How the hunters can combine their different abilities and weapons to make great combinations against the monster. Or how the monster can use all his abilities in different combinations to screw with the hunters. It leads to this awesome, asymmetrical, memorable, replayable, and just flat out fun gameplay that is only available in Evolve. And as I have been playing this game over the months since it came out, it has easily become one of my favorite games of all time, for the sake of its own originalities in some areas, and how it takes inspiration and influence from other video games but does its own twist with them. And of course, like so many other games, it has that factor of just pure escapism, the pure escapism of hunting a giant alien monster or playing as said giant alien monster and killing and destroying everything in your path. However, back to how Evolve has, well, evolved. As the game has grown and aged and updated, it has become more and more of a game that gives its different players what each of them want. For players really into the hunt game mode, playing it either solo or online, Evolve has slowly but steadily improved hunt in several different ways, such as changes to the map, changes to the different mechanics of the hunters and monsters, changes to matchmaking, changes to perks, changes to create a more overall balanced experience, where player skill, and of course, as always, a little bit of luck, will determine who wins the match, alongside strategy and tactics, of course. However, there are other players that just didn't like hunt mode, that weren't getting into hunt mode when they first got into Evolve, when they first got Evolve. A lot of players weren't into the whole running across the map, chasing after the monster. While the monster was having fun being sneaky and running away from the hunters were trying to play grab ass with the monster. While I personally don't mind this, and it created some intense experiences for myself playing as both hunter and monster in hunt mode, some people, like myself included, wanted to get straight to the action, straight to the combat, which is where the fun of the game lies, the dynamic combat of hunter versus monster, team hunter versus single giant monster. And so, Evolve created a whole new game mode, Arena Mode, where it is straight to the fight. And with Arena Mode came new replayability, new tactics, new strategies, and appeal to a whole new style of player. Players who are more into, say, the arena shooter, and not really the whole asymmetrical hunting simulator of hunt mode, now have Arena Mode to go to in Evolve. Then we have the other game modes like Nest, Rescue, and Defend, where both teams have different varying objectives, creating unique situations as both teams race against the clock to get their different objectives done, while at the same time battling it out with each other across a huge map. Evolve has certainly changed, transformed, grown up, and I know a great deal of gamers out there were very disappointed with Evolve. And I'm talking more about the reasonable lot that were more disappointed with the lack of content, options, and certain things about certain gameplay mechanics, not the petty Evolve haters that literally hate the game simply because of its DLC existing. And to address that issue very quickly, yes, let's all not deny it, it was absolute bullshit that Evolve had all this Day 1 DLC. Doesn't matter if it was skins. The fact that Day 1 all these skins were for sale was a problem. If they had released these skins over time, like, oh, here's some new skins this week and new skins this week, if they slowly added DLC to the store, no one would have been in an uproar. But they decided to, okay, let's add all these skins available to purchase in the store Day 1. And when people add up the total cost of all those skins, people are outraged. Granted, a lot of people were very ignorant and weren't looking at what the DLC actually was. It's just skins. And the characters are for the most part reasonably priced and were only developed after the main game was developed. They were not cut content. Whew, anyways, that out of the way. Despite the ridiculous amount of skins for sale in the Evolve store, the base game for Evolve and its DLC characters added, already in-game characters if you get the Ultimate Edition, still undoubtedly create, form, a quality product. Is Evolve a game for everybody? No. No. Evolve is not a game for everybody. The game's not gonna click for some people, it's not gonna work for some people because it is, in many ways, a different game. While it is similar to others and takes inspirations and aspirations from other video games, it is still a unique beast on its own. And it won't appeal to everybody. It appeals to me. I love the game, but I can completely understand if someone just can't get into Evolve. I, however, are deep into the game. I'm down the rabbit hole. I'm on sheer huntin', fightin', and evolvin'. I love this game. I have loved overseeing the improvements and additions made to the game over these months, and I can't wait to see the upcoming new additions to the game in the upcoming months. Evolve has indeed evolved in many ways. And that's a video. I hope you liked the video. If you did like the video, please hit the like button. Hitting the like button helps you, helps me, helps everybody involved in the video. If you hit the like button, please leave a comment. What are your thoughts, feelings, and opinions on this video? What are your thoughts, feelings, and opinions on the game Evolve, its current state, and the new 5th monster added to the game, Gorgon? What are your thoughts, feelings, and opinions? Leave them in the comment section. I love reading comments. I get nearly enough comments. Please leave a comment. And finally, I am the Gamertron. I love video games, and I love talking about video games, and if that's something that interests you, maybe consider supporting my channel by subscribing to me. Anyways guys, this has been a video, and I will see you guys later.